Hello and welcome to another technical analysis about the Near protocol. Near did break support as expected, pretty much. Not really a surprise, but it's good to see the price move into the price target area or towards the price target area that I have here on the chart between 738 and 855. That's the area we've been talking about, and we are heading into the direction in a fast pace. Okay, so this area between 738 and 854 is in the range of the 88.7% Fibonacci retracement level and the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement level. We currently see a lot of cryptocurrencies moving into this target area, into this price range. Okay, for me that's a very important price range because in terms of the probabilities, this is the area where with the highest likelihood you would see the price turn around and finish the correction. Now, this is my primary scenario that we're going to land here. And, as always, it is hard to remain bearish when prices sort of are hovering here, maybe go up again to $13, $14. It is really hard. But I showed you the target area. I left it on the chart and we're now finally moving into that direction. In the last video, if I remember correctly, I haven't checked it. I don't always rewatch my previous videos, but I think we talked about this head and shoulders pattern, and we also talked about the Near protocol being at a decision point here. So we had here this head and shoulders pattern that was working out. The price was hovering just above the 61.8 Fibonacci level at 1048, and I did expect the price to drop here further. Primarily, there was a potential though that the price could have already seen the low there, because the price did move below the wave A. So we had the wave A here at around 12 or around $13, just below $13 on the 9th of January. And the wave C obviously moved below it, and we already hit the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level. And the 61.8 is one from where such a wave here could be complete as well, such a correction. And that from here we are moving higher. But the situation that the price actually did break below the 61.8, you can see that here, even though that support was reclaimed, but the fact that there was that level was broken always indicates that the price can break through again, and actually with a high likelihood. Now it's doing that. And the reason why the Near is now crashing quite hard actually is, I think, because it is in this descending wedge pattern. You can see that here, and there was not much more space in this pattern. So it really is moving just below this pattern to the downside. You can see that, and pretty much in a straight line at the moment. There is not really much more space where it can go. If it falls from here, it will just drop like a stone, vertically. If it breaks to the upside, then it's broken out of the descending wedge. So there is a potential now that it really moves into this target area here that I showed you on the chart that I've just mentioned. And from here, it might break out because there is not much more room where it can move down here, okay? I think it's playing out like with other cryptos. It's moving in a similar way to Harmony One and Phantom at the moment, even though this last move up here that happened in January was much stronger than, for example, Harmony One. It did go all the way up to around $20, but in the end, it was also just a wave B in my view, okay? What we need to be aware of, if that level gets broken here of 738, there is one more support level where it can hold, which is $6.07. If that gets broken, then we are unlocking much lower prices. Then we have to go to the higher level wave count, okay? And how would that look like? We would then have to adjust the target area. We go to the previous low, and this would then be the higher level wave count. And I put the alternative on the chart, that would be the case if this previous level I just mentioned, was it $6.40? Let me just double check. This was, $6.07. So if the $6 level basically gets broken, then we're talking here about the price range between $3.40 and $5. To be fair, I don't find that very unrealistic given what kind of a drop I would expect for other cryptos. So I leave this alternative on the chart, and this is not an unrealistic level to get to be honest. I don't think we necessarily will get there, but if we imagine that, I do actually expect a price drop of another 30-40% for Bitcoin. So what do the altcoins typically do? They're a bit more volatile. So, and looking at the entire chart here, again, if the $6 level gets broken, which is here indicated at the red line, with the red line, then yeah, we can expect here a price between $3.40 and $5. That, however, then would be another very, very good chance for the price to turn around and to move to new all-time highs from here. But primarily at the moment, I will stay here with this target area between $7.40 and $8.50. But again, if that is lost, we can very, very rapidly also move here into this lower target area. So these are two key areas that I'm looking at. Yeah, I mean, after that, there is not much left, to be honest. So this is really where the price needs to move around. And if it then does that, we can move all the way up. And we talk about a price for the next major wave up of a range between $27 and 33, maybe even all the way up to 43. But this would be the one with the highest likelihood for me, 27 and 33 in that range. And yeah, if we really move down here to a $3.40 level, then you're talking about a 10x here as well. Bear in mind that would be only the next major wave up. You will then have another correction and another wave up, okay? So corrections like these are typical. Yeah, no reason to panic. This is typical. We are still in an uptrend in the crypto market overall. Of course, we are in a short-term downtrend here. But as I've said also in the last videos, I find that very important to communicate that movements like these for young markets are very typical. They have to happen. They are very typical. It doesn't have to do anything with a specific coin. It doesn't have to do with whatever Cardano being, I don't know. I see so many videos where people try to find explanations for why prices are dropping at the moment. This, in my view, and I mean, I analyze charts from a technical standpoint. Yeah, this has nothing to do with news. Yes, news can be a catalyst and news can accelerate certain movements, but these are movements that have to happen in a young market. They have to happen. You just have a look at the Apple chart, the Amazon chart, very much in the beginning. Look at all young stocks and shares. This has nothing to do with specifically for altcoins or the crypto market. These ups and downs, they happen in every market, okay? When there is not a lot of market cap in a certain asset and when it's still a very young market, because these markets need to move these, make these volatile movements. Many people still think this is something that only the altcoins do, like the 80-90% corrections. No, it is something that every young market does. So that is very important to understand. This will at some point go away for the altcoins, and maybe only new altcoins will do it then, but this will at some point go away. Therefore, the altcoins, or generally the crypto market, is such an opportunity these days. When most people will get into the crypto market, that is when you won't see the volatility anymore. And then it gets just another asset class. It's not that interesting anymore because the volatility makes the money. Yeah. So, and at the moment we are at an area, I mean, it's absolutely mind-blowing. The prices we see at the moment, even though, yeah, you can drop another, from $9 to $5 or whatever. But in a few years' time, and not only about the Near protocol, but just look at how much, for example, the Amazon price has gone up, or whatever. Just look at that, and this will happen for the crypto market as well. The volatility, though, is nothing that's specific for crypto. Many people always say that, but it's rubbish. And also people who don't like crypto, or regulators try to use that to try people stay away, to make people stay away from crypto because they say it's volatile, it's dangerous, or whatever, it's risky. Yes, of course it's risky because it's a young market, but an investment in any young stock, for example, is risky as well because this is equally volatile. Just have a look. These make these movements as well. This is nothing that's specific for the crypto market. It makes it interesting, and it is happening because the market is so young. So yeah, this is typical. It's a normal market movement. And again, I often get the comments that I'm talking the price down or whatever. This is just a movement that has to happen like in every other market as well. You typically see these retracements to these low levels, and especially based on these Fibonacci levels. This is where typically the prices come down to, where they turn around then, and then just move to the next major extension, right? And from there on, you have another correction. So it's a game of mathematics, has, in my view, only limited relationship to any news. I mean, just look at, for example, my target for just VeChain, for example, yeah, the target area was reached. We talked about this target area back in November, near where the price now is. And back then there was nothing about a crisis in the Ukraine, for example, right? So this, it doesn't really have things to do with the news. Yes, it's hard to understand, and I know it is a different concept to grasp, but yeah, I am of the view that these market movements just have to happen, right? Okay, so hopefully you liked the update about the Near protocol. And if you did, please smash the like button, subscribe, and also comment. If you really like the content, maybe check out the channel membership. You can find links for that in the video description. And see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.